Hey everyone, welcome to Storytime with Spidey. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and today it's actually going to be drawing with Spidey, picking up where we left off last time when I was showing you how to do my wondrous webbed form. I had to cut it in half because I realized it was getting a little bit long. And before I get started, I want to send a shout out to a friend of mine. I've known her since she was a little bitty tyke. Her name is Takora Marshall, Takora Indigo Marshall, because she has the same name as her mom. Yesterday was her birthday and she turned 22. Wow, where does the time go? Anyways, let's get to what we were working on. Give me a sec here. Need the pencil, can't do anything without that. Now you see, I like to use mechanical pencils. That's just my way because it keeps the line nice and thin. And when I do the heavier, thicker lines, I do that with a regular pencil. But let's see. Where we left off, we had done my body. And it was time to start dressing me. After all, not going to get anything done without my costume. So, moving to one little thing here now. Okay, now I'm going to do a line down the center, kind of dividing the body. Right here, because that's how the muscles of the chest and the muscles of the belly area work. It's kind of like there's the left side and the right side, so you want to make sure you do that. And we're going to get to a very important part, the symbol. It's a very important part of just about any superhero's costume. You know, we all have one, like Captain America has that star here, and Captain Marvel has a different star. And of course, I have the spider. Now, there's a trick to doing the spider symbol, and I'm going to actually show you on this paper. You got to do, it's really simple. You just start with a figure 8, which is like the number 8, only what you don't want to do is just 2 circles. That's one way, but there's a better way, which is you do it in one smooth motion. You never lift the pencil off the paper until you're done. Like that. And this is a helpful hint. Always remember that spiders have 8 legs. Just like their body is shaped like the number 8, that's the number of legs you want to do. And so, there's lots of ways that they've been drawn because I've worn a lot of different costumes over the years. But what we'll call the preferred way is 4 up, and 4 down. So just think of it kind of like you're doing 8 number L's. all connecting in the center of the 8. That's the number 8 letter L's, all connecting in the center of the 8. And so we're going to do the same thing on here. You want to do it as close to the center as possible. Now you can really make it as big as you want. I'm going to make it kind of big here. Not super big because you don't want it to take up the whole chest, but big enough to where it can be seen. Now some people like to draw it super tiny, and that's okay too. But this is how we're doing it today. This time I did one side, and now I'm going to do the other. Voila. And next, we're going to kind of break it up because, as you know, parts of the suit are red and parts are blue. We're going to section off what's red from what's blue, and we're going to start with the boots, which are kind of high. Superheroes tend to wear pretty high top boots. We all do. So we kind of sectioned that off. And now we're going to section off the top part of my body. Now the sleeves, you got to remember that the sleeves are kind of half red and half blue, so we're going to do this sleeve like that. And that sleeve like this. Then we have where the top and bottom part meet. You do that in kind of like a V shape. Again, cutting off the top from the bottom. And last, this part. I tend to think of it as kind of like if I was wearing a jacket that was kind of open. So we've broken off the blue from the red. We don't want to get them all mixed up because, you know, when we do the webs are only in the red part, not in the blue. And now it's time to actually draw the webs. That's a little scary for some people because it looks like it's hard, but it doesn't have to be. I'm going to show you an easy way. How we do it is, first we do the up and down lines. It's just like when we did my head, and we're going to start with the head. You start there, and you can do that all the way down. See that? See, it's already starting to come together. It's actually pretty simple. And we can also do that on the hands here and on the boots. Next, we're going to do the across lines. Now, these little curved parts, we'll call them arcs. That's what they're arcs. And something that trips a lot of people up, not just kids but grown-ups too, is not being sure which way the arcs are supposed to go. My assistant and I were talking a couple of days ago, and the way she thinks of it, the thing that helped her is the top part of the head, when it's going up, the arcs are kind of like smiles. And the lower part, where they're going down, think of the arcs as frowns. So what you have to do is remember where to smile and where to frown. So here's the trick. If it's going up, if any part of the body is going up, you smile. If any part's going down, you frown. Up, smile, down, frown. So we're going to put smiles on the top part of my head. Like so. And frowns, even though I'm not truly frowning, remember I'm the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I don't have a whole lot to frown about. Okay. Now, up here, this arm that's angled upward, because the arm's going up, we're going to do smiles. And you want to always connect the corners of each smile or frown to the what we call vertical lines. Those are the lines going up and down. Now also remember, when you get to the fingers, you just want to think of it as if I had a bunch of rings on. Just think of the lines as rings going up and down the fingers. But the smile and frown rule still applies even on the fingers. Now, going down the body, those are going to be all frowns because that part of the body is going down. We'll start with make like a little collar, and we'll go down the chest area. And it's okay to, a lot of people are kind of afraid to go through the spider. It's okay to go through the spider because you're going to darken that in later. So those lines are not going to show when you're done. And remember, you're doing all frowns on this part, and you want to connect the corners. You want to try very hard not to go over the lines. See? And the same goes for the arm, because this arm is going down. There, we have that. Who's joining us? Alberto. Hi there. Thank you. So, as I was showing, we're almost done. Now we still have this hand here, this forward hand to do. And again, just think of it as rings on each finger. Now, because this thumb is going sideways, you're going to do the rings like that. My fingers that are stretched out are going up. So you put smile rings on those. And the fingers that are bent are going down. See? That's all pretty easy. Now all that's really left is the boot area. And again, both feet going down, so we line those with frowns. Now, how many you do is really up to you. It's about how close together you want them. Some people like to draw my suit with the webs really tight together. Some like to do it loose. Some like to do it in between. I like in between. because I like it to be where people can see that this is definitely Spider-Man they're looking at. So that's the one foot, and we're almost there. Okay. I told you I could make it easy. It just looks hard because there's a lot of details involved. Now we just do the little framework on my eyes, which is basically just drawing a smaller teardrop, a lot of people like to call them teardrops, inside the bigger one. And that's all it takes. You can then of course darken in the spider and the frames, or jazz up any way you like. And that's how you draw me. I think that was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And just to give you a heads up, I have a special guest coming tomorrow. I can't tell you too much about it, but he's going to be kind of taking over story time. Trust me, I've checked the guy out, and he is very capable. I have a lot of confidence in him, and I think you're going to like him. But for now, I have my own adventures to attend to, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your afternoon. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, onward and upward to greater glory, or Excelsior!
Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big bang.